I do this, I'm in the league of my own, but you knew this. I excuse all the haters and they rudeness. They get an architect, they following the blueprint. If you ain't seeing what's emerging, then I do this. Yo, what's up, man? You locked in with Levels of Konvo. I'm Wykeem, and I got two of my co-hosts here. They gonna let y'all know who they are.
This is the show.
It's Bosslon.
Bosslon. I like how she said it. She said, Bosslon. She forced that shit.
Bosslon.
Don't force.
You know you gotta put that couple of ends on it. So Bosslon.
Bosslon. Hey, man. So look, man, this episode 2, man, on Levels of Konvo, man. So we coming at y'all, man. So yeah, so basically what we do on this podcast, man, we have conversations, and there's always levels to this shit. You feel me? And that's how it go, man. So today, man, what we gonna be talking about is why the black community spend more money than the white community, and we don't even make half of the income of their community. So basically what it means is we make less of the money, but we spend more money than they do, and they make more money than we do. So somebody wanted me to do a documentary on this, and I think I am. But let's talk about it on Levels of Konvo. So I want to start with Bosslon this time. So Bosslon, what you think about that? What do you think need to change in the black community?
I believe that the black people per se definitely spend more money than white people. You know why I feel like this? Because we too busy trying to look rich and not be rich. I done seen somebody wear $5,000 worth of clothes and don't got no place to sleep, don't got no crib, don't got nothing in their name but a damn Facebook page. But you see the white person has money in their account. They got on the little dirty shoes that they've been having for 3 and 4 years, but they got money. But they got money.
I just said the dirty shoes. Like, how you know them motherfucking shoes be dirty?
It's hell. They be balled up too.
They be balled up. Okay.
They be dirty as hell. They be balled the fuck up.
Okay, Bosslon, keep it going. Okay, go ahead. She said.
But I'm saying this because I see it happen a lot. Like a black person, they won't get life insurance, but they spend all this money on designer. Now you gotta have a goddamn fish fry to bury your ass. Like that don't make no goddamn sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like in the black community, I feel like we should take our money and invest it to other shit than trying to look rich. Cause you may be looking fresh than a motherfucker, but your mind, your investments, everything that you invest in is bullshit. Cause you can lose that shit right now.
What do you think about it? What do you think the show?
I mean, listen, I got a lot to talk about on this topic.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, we here. Let's get it.
So, one of my biggest thing is that I realized that you have so many, just to tap on what Bosslon was talking about, so many kids in our community that are all about designer wear, right? Not realizing how much money that they're laying out to wear that designer wear that they get nothing back in return for. That's number one. Number two, you have the same household that we don't teach our kids financial literacy growing up. Yeah. So it's a bigger problem in the black community because, the white community, they teach their kids the value of $1. They teach them how to save. They teach them what an allowance is. And, so to hold on to their money, which in the white community, let's just use the Jews, for example. That dollar stays in that community for 17 to 19 days, right? The Asian community, it stays in that community. It circulates for about 24 days. The Indian community, it stays in that community, I believe it's 45 days.
They spend it with each other.
They spend it with each other, right?
Yes.
The black community, $1 circulates about 6 hours. Dang. That's some shit. It leaves
your research on that shit.
Correct.
God damn.
So, so for me, For
6
me,
hours,
like
nigga.
6 hours,
Nigga, that
$1.
basically before you get off work, nigga, $1 gone out of the day.
Exactly.
Okay.
Damn.
You know, so it's a problem
I think
because
it's you, but I think that's you echoing Bosslon. But go ahead.
I think it is too. That's why I adjusted it a little bit.
Yeah,
So
just turn it down a little
so
bit. But go ahead, show.
what we need to really focus on is teaching the kids financial literacy, because so they can understand. And this is why we have systemic oppression, right, inside our community, and how they're taught in school. They don't teach them how to balance a checkbook. They don't teach them that they need to open a savings account. And this is why our premier athletes, most of them go broke, professional athletes, before they finish playing the sport, because they don't understand. So this is the major problem that we have. It's huge, huge. So I'm glad you brought up this topic. So I'm gonna sit back a little bit, because it's just so much as a community and as a whole that people really, really need to invest in their kids and invest inside the community.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Because
but see, what it is the thing is right here is we got the thought process of, if we go out there and buy that Benz, that means we're successful. We wearing the new Jordans, the latest Gucci, the latest whatever the fuck all these other clothing lines is.
mm-hmm.
And we spending $1 million on a motherfucking shirt, right? So we spending $1 million on a shirt, and I'm not saying we actually spending $1 million, y'all. So don't say it. Nigga said no, nigga. I'm just saying that we spend all this money on shirts and clothes, and like you said, ain't got no car, don't know how to invest, know how to do none of that shit. And I think it comes because we feel like I was talking to this white guy, and he said he think that the reason why we that way is because we don't want it to be taken from us. So we want to get in and spend it as quick as possible. And you know how the Black community is. We live for today.
Right.
We don't really live for tomorrow. Because, when we was growing up, we was always told tomorrow's not promised, right?
That's right.
We was always told buy everything cash. You know what I mean? So you can own it. But we was never taught that in order for you to become a 50, 60 millionaire or billionaire, you got to use credit. You got to use loans. You can't really buy shit cash for people to trust to give you money. You know what I mean? A lot of businesses start in the red before they become profitable. You feel me? We can take Netflix. They're not even profitable yet. You feel me? And they spend $100 million. But we don't get taught that. We get taught buy shit. That's why we got rappers out here talking about, I'm in this new that, and we like, oh shit, we want to get that too. And we don't think about investing. Why ain't no rapper out here talking about investing in real estate? Why they ain't out here telling you to make your money make babies? You know what I mean? Let your money get pregnant and make more money. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a little deeper rooted. What are you saying, Bosslon?
No, I say I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly because like you said, get your money pregnant and make it have babies. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, you multiply your money. If you I believe like if you get that type of money, you're a rapper. Why not invest in real estate? You see what Dolph was doing. He was investing all that money into real estate. He had over 100 properties. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't slow. He was taking his rap money and doing something with it.
And now his kids get to eat off that. What would you think I was saying, show?
I didn't hear you. What you said?
I said, what do you think about what I said? My point of view on it.
Oh, I agree with it. I agree with 100%. I think that's...
So if we identify the problem, what's the solution?
I think I mean, there's several solutions, right? But I think that we have to figure out which one you're going to start with first, right? So you got to look at it's the beginning phase. where you got to start it first in the home because, each one teach one is the kind of rule that, we need for this right now, and it's within the culture, within the community.
Yes.
So because no one else is going to teach us. And and not to get off this, I'm not going to jump off the subject. I'm actually going to stay on it, but I'm just going to say, like, in 1921, the Tulsa attacks. Remember the town of Tulsa?
Yeah. That was Greenwood,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, Greenwood,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there was 3,600 of us, black folks, that ran this community. Do you know that the dollar stayed in our community for 18 months at that time?
Damn.
So when people say,
Crazy.
correct, right? So when people say that, yeah, it leaves in 6 hours now, you know why it leaves in 6 hours? Because the government made it that way. They never wanted us to prosper. And I'm not going to try to make this a blame it on the government conversation, but I'm going to say, though, we've been through so much since then that where every time we try to go 2 steps forward, they just keep trying to kick us back and tell us pull yourselves up by your bootstraps and giving you nothing to, no shoelaces.
But don't it? But
You know what I mean?
and I'm agree with you and say the government did have a hand in that. But can we think about it this way too? It's like seriously, like I know that blaming the government, I think them days a little bit over. Not like over like that because it's still systematic oppression. It's still systematic racism. I agree with that. But we don't have to spend. I was talking to somebody and they was talking about gentrification, right? And they was like, they're taking all the black homes. They're taking all the black homes. Are they literally taking all the black homes? No. They're not literally taking them.
Right.
We are selling.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and I be trying to explain this to people. I know people don't be getting kind of mad at me, but I be trying to tell them like we shouldn't sell. But why you worrying about them tearing down our neighborhoods? Why you ain't over there trying to help Miss Anna Mae and be like, look, Miss Anna Mae, you ain't got to sell. We got you. We gonna come in and fix the house up. We gonna put new flooring down. We gonna
Right.
put new drop. You get what I mean? We gonna help you
Yeah.
fix your house up because you was like my grandmama growing up. We don't want you to leave this neighborhood. We don't want it to be bought out. Why we ain't doing that?
Because there ain't many other black folks that are around Miss Anna Mae that own houses. So Miss Anna Mae got a couple of white folks that live in the neighborhood, and that's what normally happens with the black folks. They do move into our neighborhoods because we do sell because we can't afford to live there after a certain period of time because taxes go
But
up.
you say we can't afford to live there. It doesn't matter. I'm going to beg to differ with you there because
Yeah.
the reason being is we can just because a house next door is worth $1 million doesn't mean the house that you in is. My grandma just passed away. The house that was next door to her was worth $900 and something thousand. Her house was paid off. She just paid taxes. Now that she passed away, we about to sell a house. But you get what I mean? So the property value goes up, but all she was paying is taxes. That's it. She didn't have no monthly nothing. No, I don't think she paid with utilities. So we can stay, but once a lot of people start selling, then the older black people like, well, shit, I might as well sell too. I don't want to be the only one stuck out here. You know what I mean? And then we sell. Before you know it, that whole neighborhood is rich white folks or, middle class, upper class.
Middle class.
Yeah, middle class white folks. So don't sell. And that's the thing. When we stick together as a community, then it wouldn't be that way. But then we got to stop buying bullshit too.
Exactly.
Stop buying Jordan when Jordan don't give a fuck about you.
Jordan Shaw don't give a fuck about nobody. He don't invest in the motherfucking black community or shit. But they go out every goddamn Saturday and buy another goddamn shoe.
Why? Why you think that is?
Because they trying to look rich. They want to keep up with the hype. They want to keep up with the image that they got money. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's not about that they have to have these shoes because it's the same fucking shoes, just a different goddamn color. Ain't nothing being done differently to them. It's the same shit. And these motherfuckers keep going out making this man richer and richer and richer.
Yeah.
And he's not putting that back into the community. You know what he put in Chicago? A damn steakhouse. Is the food good? Hell no. But hey, that's
What the
just
fuck
what he
you went?
did.
Hold on, nigga. Hold on, my nigga. He just,
I'm just
my
saying.
nigga, what the fuck you mean nigga put a steakhouse?
He that nigga put a
Your ass
steakhouse.
don't need to be eating no damn steak any damn way.
Nigga, we need a community center. Fuck is you talking about? We
That's
need a
what I'm
motherfucking rec
saying.
center. We need a
But look, okay,
YMCA.
now y'all about to fuck now I'm about to fuck y'all up on something. So if we put a steakhouse in there, why you didn't put a vegetarian vegan house, something that was healthy? So he gonna do the same
He could have did a
thing,
lot of things. He could have did a whole lot of things.
but he don't
Like I
want
said,
to.
he dropped them shoes every Saturday, right? So he could have dropped a damn another business with that with like vegan shit. He could have dropped shit for the community. He
Why
could
you
have
think he
dropped
won't
shit.
do it?
He could have put money back into the city. He has not.
And that's true. Why you don't think why you don't want to do it?
Cause he don't
Why?
gonna motivate nobody but himself. It's all about the dollar, baby.
Yep.
It's all about keep getting that money. Long as we keep spending money, because like I say, black folks are not gonna stop buying his shoes because they want to have that feeling of, oh, I got something new. It's you know what I'm saying. Like they want to feel like you know what I'm saying. Like when a black person get a new pair of shoes, they feel like they new money. They get them Jordans on, they get them Phantom outfit, they outside. You feel what I'm saying? Probably a whole week with the same Jordans on until next week the next Jordans come out. People will go buy Jordans before they buy tissue in their house.
No, you're right.
You go over motherfucking house. I'm like, damn girl, you got on new Jordans, but shit, you ain't got no tissue in this motherfucker. I gotta go. And that's how it be.
Dad, we gotta go shit in people's house.
Nah, I'm just saying I need to wipe my chicken mama. Shit, I need
Oh yeah,
tissue. I
well
don't
yeah,
do
that's
that
right.
shake
Yeah,
and
y'all
go. I
ladies.
don't I
I
don't
wouldn't
do
even
the
think
shake and
about
go.
that.
I ain't with all that.
Y'all ladies and shit. You know,
I'm a lady. I
we ain't
need
got to worry
tissue. I'm
about
a
all that.
lady.
Well,
If
you
you
know what
got
you
baby
can
wipes, I'll
do?
take that too. But she ain't even had that.
You can use the seashells.
That's why I ain't using none of that shit. Mm.
Look, but
I say, and you know what's so crazy about this situation that we talking about this? It's really crazy because this stuff is going on every day, and it's not gonna change until somebody just be like, "Oh, I'm just not buying Jordans. I'm just not doing this. I'm just not doing that no more." But the fact is, they're not gonna stop doing it
I
They're
know.
because
not gonna stop.
they want to keep up with the hype. Everybody want to be woo this and third. They got Jordans that's $6,000. They have a sneaker like sneaker conventions where they selling shoes for $20,000. What? $20,000 for a pair of shoes? It's
Yeah,
insane.
I seen that, and they was at the mall and shit. Dude, like, man, that shoe in the
And
glass.
then look, they check the shoes out. They look at them. They make sure they real official before they give you the money and everything like that. I say it's crazy how a person will spend that type of money on Jordans, but will not put that back into their family or won't invest into any properties and build any homes or anything. Do you know
But
what they said what's going on right now? You can build duplexes for $15,000, right? You can build, and that's generational wealth right there. You got two townhomes that you can, put somebody in it, and this and the third. But you know what they're gonna take that 15,000 and go do? They're gonna go buy Jordans, jewelry, clothes. Ain't not gonna invest in no business or invest in nothing like right now. That's why a lot of rappers are broke. You see Yellow Beezy right now. He can't even spend $750,000 to get out of jail.
and I tell you, man, because hey, spending that money on all that bullshit. So,
That's what
the
I'm saying.
show.
You was buying Bentleys and
Hey,
and G
let me
wagons.
ask you
You don't got money
something.
to get out of jail when they say
Yeah.
two
Let me
pills.
ask you something, show. So, in a short statement, just getting your last thoughts on it. Um, you know, what you think? Just getting your last little thoughts on what you know.
Last thoughts. I'm gonna give you my
Yeah.
last thoughts, and this is going to be about what I believe that the black community should do.
Yes, your last thought on it.
So, all right. So my last thought would be: we need to get the community and the culture to get together, and we need to start buying grocery stores, hospitals, banks. Those are
Yes.
the three. Those are the
Our
three
own credit
things.
union, all that.
Correct. Those are the three things that keep money circulating within the community.
Yeah.
So if there's one thing that we can do is get our Black folks to start looking in how do we own grocery stores, how do we invest and buy hospitals, and how do we get have our own banks within the community, so people
Okay.
know that they're spending their money in Black-owned businesses and the money's staying there.
I agree. I agree. That's your last time. Okay.
Yep.
Bosslon, what's your last take on it?
Well,
We'll
like
keep
I
it under
said, I
about a
think we
minute.
should come together. I think we should all come together and, just boycott certain things and, and put a stop to people just, keep collecting the black dollar and not investing it. Okay. If I feel like if we're gonna be investing money into these multi-million-dollar companies, they need to invest back into the community and put the money back in there. They're gonna get it back in their taxes any damn way.
Yeah, well, they write that shit off. So
You know what I'm saying?
what?
So they're gonna get it right back in their taxes any goddamn way. So
Uh,
shell that shit out. You feel me? Be
yeah.
fruitful with that damn bread, okay?
Well, I tell you this. I'm gonna give you my last take on it. Last take on it is, I agree. I'm agreeing with Boss Lawn and the show is we're gonna have to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. We
Mm-hmm.
got to start exploring ways to invest in our own community and our own people and stop going outside of our people trying to get the same material and the same products that you can get from our people just because you think because it's white is right. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest problem. And y'all stop shopping on Black Friday. Them same deals are through the whole fucking year. It's a lie. That's how they
Absolutely.
get you in there. It's a damn lie,
Yep.
man. All right, it's
Absolutely.
called Black Friday because they know black people gonna spend most money. Fuck you talking
And
about that.
then they
That's the
know it's
thing.
gonna be riots and it's gonna be people trampling over people, running, and it start chaos.
Yeah,
That's why
plenty of
I don't
chaos.
go to Black Friday because it's always chaos. It's people
Yeah,
running and fighting over
and
products.
it ain't worth what y'all think it is.
It's
But
not worth it.
so I tell everybody, man, this is our second episode. We're gonna keep a lot of the interviews about 30 minutes, and then once we get a lot of traction going, we'll be doing hours. You know what I'm saying? 30 minutes will keep a lot of people in. But hey, man, y'all gonna be looking out for this podcast, man. Levels of Convo with my guy, the show, my homegirl, Bosslon. And let me tell y'all something, man. We're going to take this to another stratosphere, man. And we hope y'all enjoy this journey and this ride with
Mhm.
us, man. You'll be able to get the podcast on Heat Level Podcast Network. All
Mhm.
right. You'll be able to get on Heat Level Podcast Network, and you'll be able to get it on Heat Level Radio app. Okay, so you can download the app and you'll be able to get the podcast on the app also. And you'll be able to get the podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Pandora, and Apple Podcasts. So
Mhm.
y'all just make sure, man, y'all follow us, man. I'm gonna be throwing up clips and stuff on the TikTok, and I know y'all will too. So now we 2 episodes in. So
Uh-huh.
that's a good of content that we'll be able to
Two.
do our thing. So hey, what I like to say, man, at the end of this, man, everybody say they see you on the next one. But what I like
We
to say,
locked in.
we are. Thank y'all
Locked
for tuning in. We are
in.
locked in. That's
In.
L.O.K. Levels of Konvo. We will see y'all on the next one, man. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank
And
y'all.
we'll see y'all on the next one. Bosslon, the show. Appreciate y'all. Hey, man, we locked
Appreciate you too,
in.
brother. Appreciate you too.
We'll see y'all on the next
Yes.
one.
But you knew this. I excuse all the haters and they ruin this. They get an architect, they following the blueprint. If you ain't seeing what's emerging, then I do this. I'm in the league of my own, but you knew this. I excuse all the haters.